Ah, behold the code. The code of my final project for Introduction to Programming with Python. I call it the Polyhedron Express. Let's run it.
Choose your destiny.
So here you have it, the Polyhedron Express. It's basically a dice roller and odds calculator. What's interesting about this is you can specify all sorts of different types of dice. You can even use dice that don't exist in the real world, like 7-sided or 13-sided dice. I've also put in features that allow you to roll virtual dice for an old board game I used to play with a sort of silly name of Dreamblade. And what makes that interesting is the Dreamblade dice was not a purely numeric dice like just about every other dice. Instead, it has a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, 2 little diamonds that represent zeros, and then a special bonus. So it's a 6-sided dice, but it's not purely numeric. So I'll show you how that works a little bit later. I've also written this program to have a nice little menu system that makes it easier for a user to use it. So let's start using it. For the syntax, the basic syntax to use this as a basic dice chucker, what you'll enter is a number, let's say 4. That first number represents the total number of dice you're going to throw. You then put down the letter D, and then you put down another number representing the number of sides of dice. So let's just go with the typical 6-sided dice and let's roll them. And it tells you the results of the individual rolls as well as the sum. Let's do it again, but this time let's use a dice that doesn't exist in the real world. Let's roll, and let's roll a lot of them. Let's roll 7 times. 7 times we'll roll a 13-sided dice. There we have it. Let's do it again. 7d13 again. Yeah, so you see you'll get different results. It is pretty random as far as I can tell. It's purely random. So that's the basic dice roll. Let's go on to odds. This is where it gets sort of interesting.
Outstanding.
All right, let's work with a typical 6-sided dice again. So we'll go with 6. Let's roll 3 of them. This is going to show you the odds of rolling exactly or at least any given sum with 3 6-sided dice. And these are all the results. Because you have 3 6-sided dice, there are a total of 216 permutations, which is 6 times 6 times 6. One of the great drawbacks of my program, which is very unfortunate, is this whole odds thing. Because there's so many permutations when you're rolling more dice, it just takes too long to really be worthwhile. So, for example, if I was going to roll...
Outstanding.
If I were to roll odds 6 dice, 6 of them, it would just make me wait for minutes on end, and that's no good. I can do... For 5, there's only like 7,000 permutations, so that's not a problem. I get those fairly quickly, but once you have to get up to 6, it's just too long. So let's...
Don't make me laugh.
Let's halt that. And let's try it again. Show me the menu again.
Choose your destiny.
All right, we have an odds at least. I'll just show that.
Superb.
So let's say, let's work this time with an 8-sided dice. And let's roll 3 of them. And let's say we want to roll at least a 12 on 3 8-sided dice. What's the probability of getting at least a 12? Probability is 68.3.5359%. All right, let's go back to the menu again.
Choose
the next feature.
Your destiny.
DB, that'll throw virtual Dreamblade dice. DB. Specify the number of Dreamblade dice to roll. Let's roll. This is not an odds calculator. Let's roll a bunch of them. It's basically instantaneous. So you can see. Once again, you see the Dreamblade dice has a 1, a 2, a 3, a pair of zeros, and a bonus. And rolled the dice. I got a bunch of bonuses, more than what's you normally expected. We can also look at the DB odds, Dreamblade odds.
Excellent.
Let's see. This time, let's only roll 5 dice, because if we go to 6, it's going to take forever. Okay, there's the numeric part, and there's the bonus part. So you can look at your chances of rolling any given sum on the numeric sides of the dice, which is the 1, 2, 3. And then you can also look at the odds of rolling any given number of bonuses. Let's go back to the menu.
Choose what else your destiny.
That's actually all there is to it. I actually enjoyed this project. It was sort of, well, like all programming, it was sort of frustrating. I don't think I came across any like grandiose epiphany in doing this. I can't say like I learned something super duper specific, but this project was valuable because practice makes better. And also I feel very much empowered to have taken this computer and bent it to my will. And I achieved just about everything that I intended to achieve. So overall, I'm very pleased with this project. In the video description, I will put down a link so people who actually want to give it a try can download it if they're at all familiar with Python. That's pretty much a wrap. Let's exit the program.
Who do you think you are?